Summer here, and I'm about to take a maiden voyage with my new DryShod boots. And I thought it might be a good time to talk about some of my recommendations. Students and others want to know what to bring when they come to Maine, and or what I use. So I thought it'd be good to talk about it. The what I've come to use here working in forest resources in Maine are these DryShods, the Haymaker High model in particular. Comfort range is minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about accurate. I wear them year round. Maybe on the hottest day I'll switch over to my hiking boots, but for the most part I wear these because Maine is incredibly wet. I came from the University of Minnesota, the land of 10,000 lakes, but Maine gives Minnesota a run for its money in terms of wet soils and other water across the landscape. So I wear them year round. I actually wear, if you can see here, these over the calf expedition style darn tough wool socks, and those also work year round. So they keep me plenty warm in the winter, but also they breathe through the summer months. So I like these a lot. I do have, this is my alternative, is this sort of mixed leather Gore-Tex boot. These are Garmont. I got them off of REI Outlet just because I had a pretty good sense they were gonna work. When I fly around, I'll go to conferences around the country and sometimes to other countries. These are a lot easier to fit in my suitcase. And occasionally, if I'm going to a place that I know is completely dry, then I don't need these. The DryShods have this neoprene upper that is both breathable but also warm, and then the waterproof for walking around in water. The DryShod brand is actually a company that the former owner of the Muck Boot sold the Muck Boot company and then restarted with this DryShod company. I used to wear the Muck Boots. They look nearly identical with some minor changes. The difference is that the Muck Boot is all black. It's a little bulkier, and it's a difference in kind of the issues that I was having. So with the Muck Boot, I was getting cracked rubber components, and then water was getting in, and that was no good. So the DryShods have been a lot better for that. Both of them, the Muck Boot and DryShods, have the issue of the neoprene rubber getting worn. If you're walking boundary lines, you run into barbed wire, or you have slash or sticks get in the way there. So the rubber stays intact good. Both have in common the neoprene eventually wears out, as you can see here. In these DryShods, I wore the inside heel back to the hard rubber, and that's why I'm getting rid of these. The Muck Boot didn't do that, but then the bottom went flat to the point that it was uncomfortable, so I don't do that. The question is, how long did these last? I bought these in November of 2018, and right now it's April 21, and so that is about 2 years and 5 months, and I calculated I spend about 900 hours a year in these boots. So I got a little over 2,000 hours out of them, and that seemed to be pretty good. They're not going to last forever. Let's see, sizing. I wear Solomon Women's 9 running shoes. These are a men's 8, and they fit really nicely. And again, I might not have mentioned it, but with the Muck Boot, it's a slightly less bulky toe box, so I like that it's a little bit slimmer fit, I guess. Another tip about these is not to drive in them. They've got a pretty solid bottom, and so what I find personally is that particularly the brake pedal, I can't quite, unless you hit the toe part just right, then you're kind of hitting the upper part of the brake shaft, I guess, and then you don't quite get the application you want. So, and sometimes when you hit the accelerator, it's a little more than what you planned on. So, plus after you've worked in the woods all day, it's nice to let your feet breathe. So I always travel in a pair of untied running shoes, which I recommend as well. So this is what the brand new pair looks like. Right, Corey? What do you think? They smell new. That's it. With these, where do I get them? The best place in Maine by far is Winterport Boot in Brewer. They have been around for a very long time. They're not a chain. I go in periodically, every couple of years. It's always the same employees, and it seems to be a place where a lot of people buy work boots, so you can get product recommendations and advice from them on what other people who work in their boots are taking classes that require boots. You can get really good advice from them about that. They always treat me fabulously, and they also always have my size in stock, so I really appreciate how they are their customer service and everything. So that's the DryShod. That's my feet and shoes and socks. So there you go.